Guys, today I saw this article today. It's actually coming in from SamsungMobile.com with the article title being written by Asif S, who posted this. But I'll tell you right now, because this is actually an interesting question that's being really talked about a lot when it comes to different, especially 2022, 2023, is the price of foldable phones. Because at this moment in time, we already know Samsung has a monopoly when it comes to foldable phones. They already have the whole entire Fold series, the Flip series. They're ending their Note series to start possibly another foldable phone series. And then obviously they have their other phones too. So they really control and dominate the market of the foldable phones. It wasn't until we saw Oppo's Find and 5G that we really saw anyone compete with them, anyone even have a chance to compete with them. I mean, the Surface Duo 1 and 2, while I still love the phones, they weren't really, looked at as that amazing phones. They weren't looked at as phones that everyone would want to go ahead and try to pick up and get, right? I mean, especially because they're literally Chinese-only phones. It's really hard to get them if they're only released in China in a very limited supply. With that being said, other phones have tried, right? We have Huawei, who came out with a couple foldable phones. We have other companies that have been throwing, phones left and right, trying to get foldable phones on the market. But no one really competes to the Fold series, especially with how polished the software is. The Flip series has a little bit of an issue when it comes to battery, but the Fold series is almost perfect at this moment. Obviously, does not have a creaseless display like the Oppo's phone does, but still a very, very good phone. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the Flip 4. So it says right here, Samsung may not be able to charge an arm and a leg for the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Now, I don't understand this article. And the reason why I don't understand it, because he does go ahead and go in and talk about how there's going to be more foldable phones released on the market sometime, later this year. We're also going to see in March a Google foldable phone for the first time. And don't get me wrong, yes, that he is absolutely correct. There's going to be a lot of foldable phones on the market this year. And to the point of Google releasing their foldable phone, and most likely at this moment in time, Google's foldable phone is going to be coming out at $1,400. Now, if you compare that with the Oppo's phone coming out at $1,200, then yeah, at the same result, you would think, well, there's no way they can charge $1,700, $1,800 for a Z Fold 4. Here's why they can. First off, Google is only strictly releasing their cell phone in China. They're releasing a foldable phone that's $1,400, and they're releasing it strictly in China because they do not want to compete with Samsung and do it internationally. So that instantly takes away so much of the market. If you look at it like this, right, the reason why Samsung is a monopoly, the reason why Samsung owns all the market is because in the international market, there's only truly two phones on the market. Fold and a Surface Duo. And Surface Duo does not compete with the Fold. According to sales and numbers and polished product, the Z Fold 3 outsells the Surface Duo 1 and 2. So with that being said, the only way you can, quote unquote, not have to charge an arm and a leg for Z Fold 4 if there is true competition. And again, if it strictly is just Chinese-based companies like Oppo's or Google now releasing strictly in China, there's no real reason, there's no real way for someone, say in America, to buy these foldable phones unless they go through, eBay, or they go through another source where they're going to have issues upon issues just trying to get the actual cell phone. And again, you could get scammed too. So I will say it like this. What will the Z Fold 4 come out in? I do not believe it will be any cheaper than the Z Fold 3 is or the Z Flip 3 is. I think we will see most likely the Z Fold 4 come out with a price tag of maybe $1,800, $1,900. And we'll see the Z Flip 4 come out at a price tag around maybe $1,000 to $1,100. I don't expect them to make it cheaper. And I know the idea is, well, as foldable phones become more prevalent, obviously more companies will jump into the ring. But at this moment in time, all we are seeing is companies jump into the ring, but they're jumping into the ring in China. They're not jumping in internationally. And unless we see another tech giant like Apple come out and actually create a foldable phone, we're not going to really see anything like that. And based on what we have seen reports from Apple, is Apple has said literally, listen, we're not getting into this until the technology is actually mastered. We're not getting into this until we make sure that this is not just a fade that's going to go, or fad that's going to go away in like about, a year or two. We want to make sure people actually want foldable phones. So until that's the case, we're not going to see a price tag change of any Z Fold 4s or any Flip 4s. And again, like I said, I know it kind of sucks because of, everyone wants these phones, right? Let's be honest. I mean, it's cool to have a Z Fold 4, a Z Flip 4, but, and it obviously costs an arm and a leg is an understatement with $1,800 for a cell phone, but it's just simply not going to be the case. If anything, I think it would go up. I think it would go up because we're going to get Android 12L on these phones, right? That instantly is going to increase the price because more people are going to want it now because only is it going to be a polished product, with one of the best softwares in the business. So you combine those two things together and you're just getting an absolute masterpiece of a cell phone that's foldable. And I think that's going to sell a lot more units just based on that. I mean, Samsung came out with their numbers. They said they are expected to sell 10 million units of the Z Fold 4 and the Z Flip 4 just this year. Just this year, they're expected to sell 10 million units. That's absolutely insanity. If you look at that and you compare that to the Surface Duo lineup, you're not even getting close to 10 million units. Not even close. So again, like I said, it would be a cool concept, cool idea. And just going down here, he does talk about how, all these other phone manufacturers are coming out with different phones. And yes, like, don't get me wrong, this phone right here, I think this is the Hero. It's a really cool concept. But another thing that, all these phones really do lack in, and again, like I said, I know it's hard for them to really master one key ingredient. And one key ingredient is the idea of having the top three. You guys know what the top three is? The top three is NFC, wireless charging, and waterproofness. And Z Fold 3 has all three, and obviously Z Fold 4 will have all three too. Now, what will the Z Fold 4 give us over the Z Fold 3? Because obviously, yes, it will be another generation of product. It will be another upgrade. Now, the Z Fold 2 to 3, the biggest changes was S Pen support and waterproofness. Those were the biggest two changes. Everything else was kind of minuscule, not really a big deal, not really a huge concept. The screen got a little bit bigger, Overall wise, though, it was very similar between those two phones. Now, what will happen between the Z Fold 3 and the Z Fold 4? My guess would be probably not much at all. I think it's going to get Android 12L. I think that's going to be the biggest update. And I think the Z Fold 3 will also get Android 12L because it only got Android 12. So that won't be much of an update. I'm expecting to see a better camera, probably a better inside under display camera, maybe like a 6 or 7 megapixels instead of a 4 megapixels, probably better cameras on the back. Instead of it being 12, 12, 12, most likely will probably be something like a 50, a 12, and a 16 or something like that. A bigger battery, another thing I'm expecting a lot of, but that's pretty much that. I'm not expecting anything else. Now, will they add the creaseless display that we see on the Oppo's Find 5G? I hope so, and I think it would be a really good idea if they did do that. But again, like I said, that is technology that was mastered by Oppo's. I don't know if Samsung knows how to do that, let alone actually has that mastered themselves. Again, they might, and they probably should, and obviously they have the money to go ahead and find out how to get that correctly, done. But at this moment in time, I'm not sure if they actually have the ability to go ahead and get that information. So overall wise, like I said before, I think it's a really cool concept, really cool idea to have this phone be a less, price tag wise, but I just don't think it's plausible, so it's logical to even talk about. But that's my personal opinion, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.